everyone has different needs. Like everyone is just inherently different. Some people need a bit more touch points. Some people need a bit less touch points. Some people can just go and do the whole thing on their own. It's very much different, right? Even in Apex, which is technically a one-to-one program, there's some people that are just like on their own, doing their own shit. There's some people I need to review some sales calls like very closely or whatever that may be. Review ad
But
copy.
on the call, they don't know. They feel like I'm here for you.
Yep.
For you to tell me what to do, what I need.
Yes.
So I don't want to confuse them, right?
Yes, but let's go upstream in terms of how did they get to you, right? Is because let's say they saw content, they saw the DM, and they wanted to book a call. Well, it's the level of need, right? So if their like needs and wants and desires are like, holy shit, Ali, like I need to fucking solve this problem, otherwise we're all screwed. If their needs to get this problem solved are high up here, then you know the best way to do that is have high proximity, which is here. Okay. So if that in that instance, the closer proximity offer, which is up here, makes more sense. So for Steve, that was your equivalent over here of the more hands-on nature in this offer. Okay. So it's like, hey, you want like all the bells and whistles, you value your time. Because the thing is like you're saving them time, energy, resources, all this kind of shit. Okay. But if they're in that bucket up here and they need that, that's great. So they need that, that's great. They're up here. If they're in this bucket and they're not really utilizing everything, all you got to do from a customer success perspective is just to keep on top of them, just to make sure that, look, we don't want to push them too much, which is actually a lesson even for myself, but you want to just make sure that you're giving them the right care, okay? If someone bought the other offer, which is down here, and let's just say the feedback is like, look, Ali, I need a bit more love and care and all this kind of stuff, you would just move them between here and just change the delta of the cost. So let's just say 3K, 6K. It's like, hey, the difference is 3. We just move you up. So the reason I'm saying this is because we have a 50K offer, which is basically private one-to-one on Slack. And a lot of people don't know is it a good fit for them. And the only reason why it's a good fit is if they've been using the Apex offer and they want more review. So it's like, hey, we'll give you more reviews, more feedback, more customization. People are like, oh, that makes sense. Like that just makes sense. It's based off of need versus like want. It's less of like a desire state. It's more of like a need basis.
No, I mean I totally get that. I mean that happens throughout this your relationship with the customer, but on the point of like dropping a price or doing the making the sale, I want to know how I can, if this is actually a good idea to anchor the pricing in like a higher tier, like a VIP or whatever, high touch, high proximity, and then work our way down. Or is it like, okay, I know you are in this stage, you want to just get started. My diagnosis is that you need this 2K or 3K or something like that.
It depends. It really depends. Let's just go through some scenarios here. If they're a good fit for both and they show high intent and they show that they're interested and they're financially qualified, then like obviously go for the one that's more premium, right? Premium buyers want to be around top shelf people. Like that's what they want. They don't want something that's kind of cookie cutter. So it's like this is the best fit for you. Then if they default back to the other one, that's good. But the framing is really important because now we're not even just talking about how to run a sales call. We're talking about tonality. We're talking about like the psychology of the offer, the psychology of like how we show up as well. So if you have the confidence to say like, look, this is the best recommendation for you, and then when they lose their mind, they're like, wow, that's way too expensive. You need to understand logically, is it actually too expensive? And they are a good fit for the other program. And I think sometimes that can just really fucking show prospects that it's better off as the trusted advisor, which is one of our biggest values, to be like, look, I personally feel that you need this thing. Yes, it's more expensive, but look, man, you got issues with your heart, you got issues with XYZ. We'll get you the result in 8 weeks versus 8 months. And then you might think, oh, that sounds fucking pretty good. I would much prefer that frame on a call than here's the menu, pick, and like, mentally kind of fuck up the options.
Yeah. Cool. So kind of imply that there are different tiers, but then, guide them through the one that we think that fits better.
I wouldn't. I actually wouldn't. So let's just take this example in here, right? I would really focus in on the best fit for them. That's just really the big thing, right? So like let's just say here, this program here, like executive program, 6 months, okay? This is for people that want hands-on, they want to get the results faster. Okay. So if someone's coming in and their word tracks are like, hey man, like I need to sort out this shit. I have this problem, this problem, this problem. And again, this is for business, this is for personal development. Then you know in your head, this is just a fit for this person specifically. And then let's just say how we're selling Apex, right? Someone comes in, they want to scale, they want to go fast, they want to make a lot of progress. I'm like, right, the program's 20K. And then they're like, Jesus Christ, it's 20K. I'm like, man, you're the one that told me you want to hire a sales team. You're the one that told me you wanted to run ads. You're the one that told me you wanted to build a VSL. I'd say it in a nicer way, obviously. But it's like, you told me you want to do all these things. That can't be done async once or twice a week. That has to be done in this specific way. And then that's where you will use the verbiage of what they've used to basically position them into the right offer. So this offer here for $10,000 can absolutely slap for someone who wants to move fast, values themselves, needs to sort out their shit, plus is financially qualified. And that's it. And it's your job to go whole way upstream, financial qualification, all the way through the call to give them the right prescription at the end, effectively.